When I sing, I've always told you, I'm not singing for you. Me, I'm climbing. The model of discipleship or the model of discipleship that I operate with, those who are close to me know that, is I don't force you to do anything. Never. That's not my assignment. I lead. If you are my follower, you will follow. That's all. Sir, you can never easily send a disciple away. A true disciple. You don't live in a generation that someone gets offended a little, he starts coming to church. He gets, this church, they know they love, they know they even call person. You will never get that call from me. You never. You don't even, people didn't even show love. You don't show love. Tell me how many people in scriptures that Yeshua asked the disciples, what about that rich man that came that day? He never sought anyone. He said, no one cometh unto me except the Father draws them. The Bible said they were not of us. If they were a part of us, they would have not left us. They were never a part of us. Because if they were a part of us, they would have remained. A general follower, if he hears a message he doesn't like, he will leave you immediately. The Bible says from that day, they'd stop following Jesus. Just because he brought a message that fought against their religion. There were only very few times Yeshua was sincerely mad at people. And if you read scriptures carefully, you will discover that it was around the issues of religion. Religion is a trap. Religion is a prison that can shut God away from you. When Yeshua brought a word that challenged their religion, because the anchors of religion is the traditions of men. Tie a wrapper, don't wear it, tie your hair. If a religious man comes here, he's not interested in the presence of God. This sister, there's not tying her tie. This one here is wearing earring. That is all that person will do throughout the whole service. And that was what the Pharisees epitomized. Yeshua said, if your righteousness does not exceed that thing. So when he comes to church, he looks around and says, well, God, thank you, I'm not like this person here. He may not say it out, but he's saying it in his heart. He will come into the church, what kind of worldliness is going on here? He will not ask, is your presence here, oh God? Religion. So he fought religion. So the day he brought a teaching that confronted the religion of the people, they became offended. Matthew 15:3. But he answered and said unto them, why do ye also transgress the commandment of God by your traditions, your own traditions? After he brought his teaching, the Bible says from that day, many of his disciples stopped following him. Many. These people, some of them were no longer just followers. There were people, in fact, that was what we would have called the zenith of Yeshua's ministry. When he brought the true word, he said, I told people on Sunday, I said there are some truth that can only be taught to disciples, not followers. There are things, no matter how pressured I am, I cannot tell the congregation here, but I can tell these men here. A few men that are, those ones, after the message on the mountain, they will still come back to the master and say, this thing you said, what do you really mean? And then the master will say, to you it has been given to know. This is why if you don't transcend beyond church member, you will find out that 10 years of your life will be wasted by moving from church to church. That's all you will do in 10 years. There's no growth. You stay here 2 years, then before you know, you now say, you are a kingdom financier. So you use that as an excuse to be moving around after 10 years. It's only unto disciples that things can be committed. Disciples are seen as faithful men. Secrets are only committed unto faithful men. Even in the dark world, they understand the power of discipleship. Do you think if you meet a herbalist and you give him money and you love him, do you think he will tell you his secrets? You have to stay with him for many years. He should know that you've drank of the same cup that he has drank of. Then he can now unveil the secrets to you. If they can easily send you away, you are not a disciple. Yes. Elijah told Elisha, wait here. The Lord has sent me now to Bethel. Elisha told him, as long as the Lord liveth and as your soul liveth, I will never leave you. Oh, Sikabadani. I say we should go to the Igbo man shop and learn what it means to be a disciple. It's a life of service. You must deny yourself. If you are a disciple, you will not follow a man because of suit. You will follow a man because of Jesus in his mouth. And even though your pastor may not be the one in vogue, you will follow him nevertheless. Peter said, to whom shall we go? That's a disciple speaking. These guys never came in the first place because of a miracle of bread. They saw a miracle and they let it go to follow him. He multiplied fishes. He just gave them something that could start up their life. They had reasons to now say, okay, thank you so much. Then they now give the tithe of the fish to Jesus and then on their way. He said, can you let this thing go and follow me? It seemed as though they are following him came at a loss, at a disadvantage. He put them in a disadvantage. You see an Igbo boy serving his master for 7 years. When you are serving, they are not paying you salary. Do they pay them salary? I don't think. They are not paying you salary. I heard that even your guy sometimes can beat you because of service. Physically, you have muscles to beat him, but service. See, if you go out, you can learn many things that Jesus, Bible has been trying to teach us, and we can't learn. And after he has learned, then guess what happened? They say the organ now settles him. He's now entrusted with his own. That's what Yeshua was trying to teach. When he said, if you've not been faithful in another man's business, who will give you your own? Speaking about the seasons of your discipleship, the little he committed, because a lot of times if God wants to raise you to do great things, he will send you to Laban's house. He will send you to Jethro's house. He will tell you, okay, David, go and take care of your father's sheep. It will seem as though you are doing another man's thing. Aye. A disciple knows how to follow. This is why you don't invite disciples to prayer. You go to pray and then they will follow you there. The Bible spoke about those whose garments are white as snow. These are those who follow the Lamb wherever he goeth. Wherever. But if we take our eyes off these things, sir, we will now be looking for motivation. Brother, pray. Sister, pray. How long are we going to continue this way? Sister, pray. Brother, open your mouth and pray. Sister, we didn't see you in church. Brother, we didn't see you in church. Is it transport fare? There's no sacrifice to their discipleship. So Yeshua said something. He said, the Queen of Sheba, he will rise and judge that generation. The Queen of Sheba, she would rise up to judge that generation. Because after she heard about the wisdom of Solomon, she did not wait for that to find any other proof. She traveled from a distant land to listen to what Solomon has to say. But he said, a greater than Solomon is standing here. God brought this one to you, yet two people do not.